getting a lot of support from our viewers tonight to the attempted physical assault by Robert Vadra on our reporter, which is unfortunate. And then he holds the Republic mic and then he gets very angry and he says, I will speak to the media only if you keep Republic away. And then he tries to assault the reporter. He holds the mic out there. He pushes the reporter away and he's fishing into that. You see that, Ishkar and Sanju, his hand is going into that sea of mics and he starts nervously holding the Republic mic saying something's going to happen to me if the Republic mic stays there. He starts pushing it. The man has gone mad. The man has gone completely cuckoo.
That you are going to spread BJP's agenda. He knows that Republic is going to spread BJP's agenda, so he's keeping a distance from the BJP, Arnab. Not scared.
Well,
he's just trying to.
In that case, let me ask you this, Ashwini. Have you come here to further the BJP's agenda? How or not?
No,
how dare you? 1 minute, 1 minute. Stay within your Lakshman Rekha. No, 1 minute, Ashwini, 1 minute. I have a sense of humor, but it doesn't go so far. This is the largest and most independent news organization, independently owned. You should be proud of the fact that in India, we have a news organization that reaches 50 crore people, built by hardcore entrepreneurship. And don't be a hypocrite because let me expose you completely, everyone on. When he comes to my campus and he sees my beautiful campus and my hard work and entrepreneurship and the people, he says, I'm so proud of you. Privately, he says that to me. He says, I'm so proud of the hard work that you've achieved this and built this big network out there. But right now on TV, he has to do chamchagiri for Robert Vadra, and therefore he tries to make a personal comment. But let me tell you this, let me tell you this. We can be fine with each other if we don't get personal. We get personal, I'll hit you back really hard. You won't be able to get up again, Ashwini, so don't try that with me. Unless you're looking for a job as Robert Vadra's personal assistant. So I go back into the question, and I didn't even address you. So you're waiting to be insulted. I was just asking Ishkar, and I took his name. I said, the man goes, his hand goes like a caterpillar into a sea of mics and he catches the Republic mic. What does it reflect, Ishkaran?
I will tell you what it reflects, Arnab, and I think you are squarely to be blamed because you caused generational, multi-dimensional trauma by your questions asked in 2013 or beginning of 2014 to one Mr. Rahul Gandhi. So if you ask questions like that, which they have still not lived down. Don't interrupt. Please,
let him speak. Ashwini, you can let him speak and then respond.
We finish my point. What is the problem? Mr. Robert Vadra wants to hit mics and not let people ask questions. On TV debates, do you belong to the same school? You do not want a fellow guest to express his views. What is your problem with freedom of speech? Why is it that everybody who subscribes to that view does not like questions or opinions coming out? Please have confidence in yourself that you may be able to answer, even though you have given scant amount of, right now, up till now, scant proof that you are able to answer anything. And that's the problem with Mr. Robert Vadra also. And now please understand, we at National Herald, where you don't even have a starting amount of money, at best you say you have 50 lakh rupees, which is also under question, and somehow you end up becoming beneficial owners, having beneficial interests in property worth 2,000 to 5,000 crore. That is one amazing business venture in a land of startups. That is the best startup, even though politics, which you inherited, in which you were the dominant player, has collapsed. But the business startups are doing very well. Now you come to Mr. Robert Vadra. Again, what your documents are showing, that you have a limited amount of money and suddenly, by magic, it turns into 58 crores. What is the magic? That magic is access to power. That magic is being power.
The point being, okay, here's a general knowledge question, Ashwini, before you come in. Before you come in, Ashwini, I'm just coming to you. Ashwini, I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you. By the way, let me tell you this. I'm so proud of our reporters. There's a great guy called Piyush Mishra. He used to work with me. He used to work with ANI. I remember I called him the day. I said, I need to offer this young man a job because he stood up to Robert Vadra. He almost got physically assaulted by him. We all remember that clip. If that clip is there, I'll play it right now. I'm going to play it now. Everyone on air, play it on the right. Just look at his behavior. He's a little violent kind of fellow, Robert Vadra. Look at this clip.
What do you comment on Haryana government threatening to, investigate all the land dealings?
I mean, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?
These questions are asked for many times.
Idiot, it's a mistake.
Sir, these questions are being asked. How would you comment on Haryana government threatened to, investigate all the land dealings?
I mean, are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Then he attacked. I mean, the man has got a problem out here. He is violent. He's got now some kind of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder syndrome out there. And he tried to assault reporters. I'm proud of these people, Ashwini. I'm proud of them.
Arnab,
Viewers, are you proud of these reporters who stand up to this man? I'm so proud of our reporters. Yes.
I'm proud of our journalists, Arnab, who speak for the people of the country and not who speak for the government. I just want to start with that one small शायरी in Hindi कि दूसरों के ख्यालात की भी लेते हैं तलाशी और अपने गरेबान में झांका नहीं जाता. I can give you hundreds of names of people who joined BJP who had a lot of corruption charges against them and they got distilled into BJP's washing machine. Here is one businessman who made profit by buying a land and keeping that land for 5 years. If he made some profit, your ED is questioning him from last 10, 11 years. The speed of the Enforcement Directorate it is still faster than BJP's government, I would say, because BJP promised 2 crore jobs every year, 15 lakhs in account, किसानों की आय दुगनी हो जाएगी. All those things are still not happening. I believe maybe ED will be able to close this case in next 100 years because out of 193
now there
cases,
is 1 minute. Just 1 minute. So you are saying that Robert Vadra is an honest businessman. In that case, the question is that why are there discrepancies in granting the LOI for the commercial development of 2.701 acres to Skylight Hospitality Private Limited? And just a minute, I didn't ask you yet. See, there is a significant money trail of 58 crores which has been received by Skylight Hospitality Private Limited and it has been further utilized in the purchase of properties by Robert Vadra. Did he do that? And some of the officials of DTCP have been examined in this matter and there is a serious predicate offence under Section 13 of the Prevention of Corruption Act and Section 120B, 420, 467, 468, 471 of the Indian Penal Code. This is not a small matter. You see, if you look at this, viewers, please remember, viewers, there is no way in which he can get away because if you go back into the history of what is this Omkareshwar Properties, it opens new questions. There are various straight questions. Behind each of these scams, there are some very straight questions. Why would one company enter into a deal with another company that does not have enough funds? It's a logical question. Second question, why would a company that does not have vested interest simply transfer a 3.5 acre piece of land valuing 7.5 crore rupees to a party for almost no consideration at all? You see, you can play victim. 1 minute, Sanjay. You can play victim, you can say Modi, you can say attack people, this, that, etc., play victim and cry, but you cannot answer that question. And if anybody asks you that question, you try to physically assault the reporter. This is what is happening right before you. People are calling tonight. I'm giving Sanju a chance to respond. Sanju, are you taking too long in this case? You know, you started the Damatri argument, Sambit Patra's famous press conference before the elections of 2014. It's 2025, for God's sake. I mean, if you wanted to do something, you would have by now.
You know, Arnab, first and foremost, thank you for playing out that bite. Are you serious? I want to tell Robert Vadra through Arnab Goswami's show, BJP is serious. BJP is really serious. BJP is certainly serious. BJP is very serious. BJP is goddamn serious.
11 years.
And now let me, Ashwini, please, I did not heckle you even once. I refuse to debate with this indecent guy. Can you just shut up? I did not heckle you even once. I heard your
not hacking you. I'm just questioning your seriousness.
I heard your
now, please. I can't keep directing.
I heard your
move it, yeah. Come on.
Let's not just talk about the 3.5
directors
acre which was
acquired
by Robert Vadra.
Did you hear? As a fourth time I'm saying live on air. Thank you. Yeah. Focus. Thank you.
Arnab, very quickly, you know, before Kapil comes in, I just wanted to say that you've talked about the 3.5 acre which was acquired by Robert Vadra, apparently for 7.5 crore from Omkareshwar Properties, but that cash, that check was never encashed by Omkareshwar Properties. So basically, 3.5 acre worth of property was acquired by Robert Vadra for zero, for nil, for nada, and then sold in 2012 for 58 crore. And apparently 41 flats were bought from DLF. 41. But that's not the important point. There is one revelation that I want to make on your show, Arnab. There is something called director identification number, which is a unique number given to anyone who's a director in any company. And Robert Vadra's DIN, director identification number, is 01840634. And if you type this DIN 01840634 Arnab, you will be shocked to know Robert Vadra is either a director or additional director or designated director in these companies: Skylight Hospitality, Real Earth Estates LLP, Lifeline Agrotech Private Limited, Green Wave Agrotech Private Limited, Blue Breeze Trading LLP, Future Infra Agro Private Limited. Then there is something called Lambodar Art Enterprises Private Limited. It's fine. Robert Vadra can be a director on 12 dozen companies. That's not the moot point. But the moot point which the Enforcement Directorate is asking is this: why and when did Skylight Hospitality give loan to Blue Breeze Trading Private Limited, which is also a Robert Vadra company? So there is circular trading. Why and when did Skylight Hospitality give a loan to North India IT Parks Private Limited? North India IT Parks is also owned by Robert Vadra. Again, circular trading and money laundering. Is there any particular reason why depreciation has been claimed on mobile phones by Blue Breeze Private Limited? The Enforcement Directorate asked. Robert Vadra ke paas jawab nahi tha. Does Robert Vadra own no other depreciable asset? Because he says, मेरे पास तो कोई depreciable asset है ही नहीं. मैं तो जी गरीब इंसान हूँ, गरीब इंसान जिसने 58 crore का profit किया था 2012 में. What is the exact nature of business of North India IT Park? Because they don't have any staff, they don't have any employees. You know, Robert Vadra is the judge, the jury, and the executioner. What is the intent behind setting up North India IT Park? Is it to launder money? Again, Robert Vadra ke paas koi jawab nahi. Where is North India IT Park located? Can you imagine on the ROC website, they have not even given the corporate office address. They have not given the registered office address. Is this North India IT Park run as an SEZ? If yes, then please divulge the nature of operations of this SEZ. If it is not an SEZ, then what exactly is it? Why are you claiming tax benefits which ideally should be claimed only by an SEZ? And the final question by the Enforcement Directorate is this: properties called Skylight Hospitality, Skylight Realty, Real Earth Estates, North India IT Parks, Blue Breeze Trading, they are ostensibly worth more than...
Sanju, a lot of people are also responding to his attempted assault of a Republic reporter by, you see there he's trying to hold the mic and physically intimidate the reporter. A lot of people angry with that visual out there.
Arnab,
Kapil, I'm just coming to you in a while. Just coming to you in a moment, in fact. Viewers, I am opening the lines and I'll get callers. We'll get a range of callers on this. And I'm just looking at one point tonight. I'll tell you something, Kapil. Okay. I'm getting some information about this deal right now.
That's all right.
Viewers, the fact is that please, Kapil, you are not into unilateral statements. You take a question. Kapil, it doesn't work like that. You have to take a question. Now, my point to you is, and you must give a logical reply, and not just say, oh, whatever, you are bad, everybody's bad, BJP is bad. See, there is a very specific a very specific question out here. See, who did Robert Vadra buy the land from? Robert Vadra bought the land from Omkareshwar Properties, okay? Now, according to last paragraph on page 107 of the report that has been accessed exclusively by Republic, the two people were closely associated with Bhupinder Hooda. Their names are Satyanand Yaji and Sandeep Dahiya, is a relative of Bhupinder Hooda. They became directors of Omkareshwar Property. According to my documents, the details is in February 2008. Now, this is the same Omkareshwar Property that, according to the Dhingra report, executed a sale deed for 3.52 acres in favor of Robert Vadra Skylight Hospitality. What this means, and you know how clear this is that Robert Vadra bought the land from a company in which Bhupinder Hooda's relatives were directors. And this happens during Hooda's time as Chief Minister. If you can, then counter any of this. The most important point, Kapil, is Omkareshwar Properties bore all the costs for Robert Vadra's company, despite the fact that Robert Vadra's Skylight is the buyer. Do you understand? How can you, one minute, just one minute, no, I'm not holding on. You see, why would land be transferred without receiving any consideration? Where in this planet does this happen?
Now allow me to respond on
Zero.
here.
It happens nowhere.
Just a minute, hold on. Let me just tell you, I am not the defense counsel for Mr. Vadra, so I would not be, knowing, or I would not be commenting on the, specific facts that you have,
Which
raised.
means you have said that you can't defend Robert Vadra. I agree with you on that. You can't defend him. You can't defend him. You've conceded defeat in the first line of your entering remarks that I agree Robert Vadra is guilty and I cannot defend him. I good. Thank you. For the first time, you're being practical tonight.
Hold on. Just listen. Do you know when, in America, FBI recently filed a corruption case, how much was the amount alleged against Mr. Adani? Do you know how many zeros are there? Now,
we are not discussing Adani, Kapil.
Do you see? No,
you always have this.
I was not interrupting when you were saying. Hold on.
Exam arithmetic.
How many shows you've done? Arnab, hold on. Arnab, the fact is, now is she representing Mr. Adani? Is she representing Mr. Adani?
1 minute, Sanju, let me come on the left 1 minute. Sanju, without interruption. I have such a focused question. You're giving me a Rahul Gandhi kind of reply. The question is, I interviewed Rahul Gandhi one day and I asked him, Rahul Gandhi, what do you think about this? He said, women's empowerment. I said, what do you think about the economy? He said, women's empowerment. I said, what do you think about 1984? He said, women's empowerment. You like that student of class 8 who's memorized an essay on the cow. If I ask you a question on the grass, you'll say the grass is green and cows eat the grass, and therefore you will go on to read your essay on the cow. Don't give me a cow essay answer. You're being stupid. My question is, a company without any money gets Omkareshwar Properties, ladies and gentlemen, to even pay registration charges and stamp duty. Are you listening to me? Ishkaran, even registration charges and stamp duty are paid. Why would the selling company pay for Robert Vadra's company?
Arnab,
why would that happen?
Arnab, let's discuss very simple property law now. It's not very complicated. Anybody who practices law knows how property transactions occur in this country. The first thing is you have to give a substantial amount as an agreement to sell. It is only then somebody would even register an agreement to sell. After an agreement to sell, you have to again give substantial money. In fact, complete the entire payment before a sale deed is registered in your favor. If you pay a substantial amount, only then they give a possession letter to you. All those documents have to be with you. You have to be owner to apply for conversion of land usage, or to apply for any mutation, or to apply for anything to do with government. That all happens when the money transactions are over. What documents you are citing, of course, I have not seen them, but I'm going by what you are citing, is that all these transactions happened and the cost was not borne by Mr. Robert Vadra. That is unknown to property law. That is why the ED is investigating the matter, and no matter what...
The first caller tonight is Vimal, sent from Guwahati. Vimal!
He knows how property...
Good evening, Arnab.
Good evening, Vimal.
Nice to talk to you. First of all, Kapil Mother said over there to talk about our bullshit. He might not be knowing, being a lawyer, he might not be knowing the rules and regulations of law, civil law. And that is what he is telling. Without paying single pen, he took out the money from Homka property, took out land without paying a single thing. Now he is telling there's something law all about. I don't know how he is talking all things.
Can I respond?
He should know what is the law.
So I'm sorry I didn't catch your name, but let me just give you a very quick response, sir. What I was trying to say here is, whether there was any illegality or not, you yourself, Arnab, was saying this transaction happened in 2028 and you are in 2025 now. How many years have elapsed? How many years? Sir?
That does not take away the
After
gravity of the
17
crime.
years-
Sanju.
After 17 years, Arnab
You
was...
know, I fail to understand this logic. Can I please come in now? Or not?
Yeah.
What is Robert Vadra's argument? He says, मुझे ED ने 3 बार बुलाया. 3 बार बुलाया तो कौन सी बड़ी बात हो गई? He says, I walk for 2 kilometers to the ED's office on the 15th of April. आप यदि 2 किलोमीटर चल के गए तो कौन सी बड़ी बात हो गई? He says,
thank you so much.
transaction happened in
Thank you so much for
28.
admitting.
If it
Thank you so much for taking a
years-
dual role today.
or 17
You are
years
admitting
back,
the dual
what's the
role.
big deal?
There's a spokesperson
Sajjan
of-
Kumar was incarcerated after decades. 1984 के दंगे में Sajjan Kumar, Congress के नेता, was incarcerated after more than 3 decades. So you know when the crime happened is not material. Did the crime
You are
happen?
saying,
Yes.
so you
Was
are
there
saying
proceeds
if
of-
FBI has
Yes.
initiated investigation, you will
Laundering
take
of
50
money?
more years
Yes.
to act.
Was
Okay,
there
next caller is
malafide
Ajay Pathak from Patna.
50 more years to
Ajay,
Yes, sir.
what do you think, Ajay, in this case? You think he'll get away this time?
Was there laundering of money between Blue Breeze and
Arnab sir, good evening.
Good evening, Ajay.
This man is totally fraud, sir. This man, Robert Vadra, it's a totally fraud man. Robert Vadra is a totally fraud man. This type of man should be behind bars.
Why BJP is not putting him behind bar? BJP in power from 11 years. If ED is really so accurate, why they put only 2 men behind bar out of 193 cases? ED has become a joke in the country, sir.
You know, Ashwini, tell me one
tool
thing.
of BJP to
Suppose you buy a house. 1 minute. I think your arguments are the joke. The way you're presenting is the joke, and the desperation with which you're trying to get the job of private assistant to Robert Vadra is also a joke. The fact of the matter is, if you were to buy a piece of property, would the seller pay the transaction fees? And you have no share of that. In this case, the seller, Omkareshwar, has paid all the fees, transaction fees, tax, everything. But the gains are entirely... 1 minute. 1 minute. Don't take my name in vain. Right? But the benefits are all accruing to Robert Vadra. Even you're laughing. I'm happy.
Arnab.
Even you're laughing, I'm happy. Robert.
I'm just happy about the cunningness you're twisting the question. It's a pretty straightforward thing. If ED is so convinced that he has done a fraud, why ED is sleeping from last 11
Sanju,
years?
last word.
Why it has called so many times and has not come to a conclusion? Moreover,
एक-एक का हिसाब
why
होगा.
ED has
The Enforcement Directorate in money laundering cases has a 99% strike rate.
ED is a puppet of
मेहुल
BJP government.
हिसाब होगा,
It is
वड्रा का भी
job.
हिसाब होगा, पीएम मोदी का भी हिसाब होगा, राहुल गांधी का भी हिसाब होगा, सोनिया गांधी का भी हिसाब होगा. आप यहाँ पर बैठकर रॉबर्ट वड्रा का एम्बेसडर बनने की कोशिश मत करिए. And
Okay,
viewers
who are not aligned with the government.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. And tonight we had, thank you, Sanju. Thank you so much for that.